120 already qualified for the grand final after grandiose performances yesterday versus Lin and versus Life. Now he's facing probably the best human in the world. Now he's facing Fortitude. Let's see how good his human matchup is. He did not face a human, right? In B Cup or in a long time, because Fortitude wasn't playing B Cup, as he never does. So this is a new test of strength. It was historically 120, not historically, in the past 5 years, 120's weakness. Then he put in a lot of effort and cleaned up his game so much that he became one of the stronger undead versus human players. But now we'll see where this goes and what the strategy is, everybody. Is the meta up in arm, up in flux? We'll see about that. What are the first heroes? Lich, of course. Archmage. We kick things off on Northern Isles. The group stage situation here. Fortitude needs a win. 120 is 2-0 already. He's in the final. Nothing really can happen to him. FORTI is 0-1 after yesterday's matches. It was close. It was a good exchange. In the match versus Life. But Life took it home 2-1 and therefore 40 under pressure. And this tournament is like... It could be a little bit of a redemption arc for 40. He had a pretty disappointing result in Super League because he couldn't reach the final. I think anything but final is always a disappointment for Fortitude. And then he doesn't play B Cup, so where is the 40 dominance? Where is the who can stop me attitude? Well, a little bit of a slump for 40. Definitely the biggest slump in many moons. Now, can he use this tournament where he's hosting himself and organizing himself as a way out of that slump? Is this audio extremely loud or just me? Let me know if the balance is all right or not. We have a Lich expansion. We have an Archmage expansion. Fortitude's strength usually lie in the games against Crypt Lord. It is too loud. Yeah, right? OBS had an update today where they introduced a new audio mixer. And that might be the reason why it's a bit imbalanced here. Unlike our wonderful game. So here's the Nova. Here's the... Not really a surround attempt, but it's always this back and forth, right? Both players want to expand. Both players want to prevent that for the other player. And away we go. This should be an easy cancel. I like that play with the Archmage. Just run in, summon a Water Elemental. Footies do the rest. They're expendable. Archmage definitely is not. Might be needed at home for defense purposes. There's a cancel right there, but there's nothing to defend right now. No expo just yet on 40's side. Creeping before Town Hall and Tower. Well, ain't that an interesting switch? Speaking of switches, no tech switch just yet by 120. Doesn't have the resources really. Still upgrading towers. And this is Archmage 3. Ooh, tight-knit creep spot here. Ghouls take care of workers. But there is one arcane already that helps a little bit. What a messy game. Also 120 stays back. No aggression really because he has nothing to attack when it comes to second bases. And now, will anybody do the switch? Or will we just try to expand again? For 120, the answer is clear.
A player's forces are under attack.
Cool setup. Very cool setup so far. Can 40 do this again? He was the absolute boss in canceling expansions, especially in 2024-25. Oh, lovely deny. It is one of the strongest 120s that we've seen in recent years as well. One good tournament performance after the next. But this is once again too much. FORTI seems to have like a dedicated squad of expansion cancels. It's like you got that critical mass, 5 footman, water elemental, deal with everything. And this time, in the meantime, he is expanding with power build. He got that tower up, that first element of defense. And now he's using his aggression to buy the time for the base. Very interesting game. I thought we went out of the tier 1 cancel culture when we switched from Crypt Lord to Lich. It's a bit atypical, actually. And it's all about balance, right? It's a little bit like a football game. How much offense, how much defense? Do you want to trap someone in offside? Are you going all out aggression? Or do you rather park the bus?
A player's forces are under attack.
This looks not holdable again, does it? I like the base build, so it's a longer way for the units around. But you can't wall it off, man. Here on Northern Isles, can't really wall it off, but ghouls take care of the water elemental. That's a big chunk of damage. How much can 4 footmen do in 20 seconds is the question. Water elemental does break through. Here's the big damage, but now it's gone. Might have been elasted. And we have another Nova. FORTI, you gotta be careful. Another shot and a town portal. Footman stayed behind. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Oh my god, he got to cancel. That's crazy. That's as close as it gets, and it shows you the level of play between the two players here. 120 has to expand a third time, or try a third time. The precision by FORTI, man. Crazy. It was legit one water elemental hit, right?
Forces are under attack.
One water elemental hit, that's it. And now, this is very nice. Zeppelin, Shredder, Footman. He can use this offensively. He can use this defensively. However he wants. Uh-oh. Expo up for FORTI. All the human fans rejoice. He's teching as well. Halfway through. 120 at some point had to tech as well. Is catching up here. But it feels like this expansion now is coming for free. It's not doing much. And that is a classic FORTI Zeppelin play. There's no anti-air except that Lich, except that one tower. So we're dropping again, but only a water elemental. Can he find another way? Archmage hurt. More damage. If this Expo falls, I think 120 is dead already. He might just be dead in the waters. Look at that. The Zeppelin drops with the Shredder. Uh-oh. 120 in shambles. FORTI is playing circles around him on map 1. Risky. Probably a lot of damage done. Can he save that Shredder? Oh, he got it. He got everything. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy play by Fortitude. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, the level of play on map 1 is brilliant. It seems like, I don't know if you have the same feeling as I have, but it seems like FORTI comes prepared for that last day of Huashan Sword Cup. He really wants this final, apparently. Yesterday he said he's too tired to continue playing. I feel like this guy just locked himself in. 12 hours non-stop grind. Hyperbolic time chamber kind of practice session. And now he's ready. What a play. Hope someone clipped that. I forgot to clip that. I was too hyped. Shredder needs a little bit of repair. A little bit of a supply lead. Resources are looking good though. And Mountain King is out. Tier 3, 1/3. Oh, little lazy. Could have surrounded here. There was no TP. There was no staff. He could have easily surrounded and killed that Lich, actually. I maybe 40 just toying with his prey. Continue to warm up a little bit. Jay Coulter, 18 months.
I turned 18 meters.
A player's forces are
TKS
under
for the
attack.
content.
Much
Well done,
love.
Liz.
Thank you. Level 4 Lich. Okay. But there's no counter aggression, right? Did the Garg swipe the Shredder? No, 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 no. We're repairing. We're repairing. It's all still there. Maybe he got a worker or something. Production worries me a little bit. 40's barracks isn't finished. The workshop isn't finished. He got lots of resources though. What's the state for 120? He's still teching tier 3, getting a slaughterhouse up. Economy is finally working. Does the Zeppelin give XP? Yes, since it's a one supply unit, since one of the patches, it does give XP. We can go into Knights now, into Paladin, upgrades, gyros. Oh, staff already, the efficiency. If you have a staff, why not use it? Keep it on cooldown. So, economically, 40 is blowing ahead. Everything's even. I think 120 is even a little bit ahead, thanks to upkeep. But the army size should be a lot better for 40 in no time. The production buildings are there. He even got an orb of slow. That fiend is barely even moving. Oh, poor soul. First fiend wrecked, and the hard counter to fiend is already there. That's the knights. The orb of slow triggered again. Hopefully 120 isn't triggered, because that's quite a triggering game, I have to say. Oh my god, he queued 5 knights already. 5 knights at Freddy's. That's what it's gonna be in no time.
A player's forces are under attack.
That Zeppelin drop against 120's expansion was just a sight to behold, man. One of the win. Okay. Yeah. Fragile. I hope that was only the only lag we got here. One of the win being used once again. We've seen games decided by that item quite a few times, actually. Do we have a staff ready? We do. Paladin save. It's knights versus ghouls. That's an unfair fight in it. Stormbolt at the ready. And 120 is just down the dirt. Another kill, another kill, another kill. This is one of the most one-sided games that we've seen in a while. What can possibly bring him back? The answer is oftentimes Banshees. When in doubt, go Banshees, steal the knight, let them work for you. It's still a long tech tree though for them, even though master
Player's
upgrades
forces are under attack.
got a lot faster, 15 seconds. But still. Attack! Here we go. Creepjack. 40 knows everything today. Every position, every timing. At least on map 1. Full control. Would love to see... Yep. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I take everything back. I was about to say I would love to see... a proactive transition to mortars already. Boom, there we go. And then we get the gyros against potential destros, but do we can't see if he has the upgrade, right, in this overlay.
A player's forces are under attack.
Well, town portal from here to there. That's a feels bad, man. Knights everywhere. 120 army. Tiny. And mountain level 3. Like, FORTI's just worlds ahead, and he knows it. What a play by Fortitude, man. A lot of people recently doubt him. He's in a slump. He was just a patch human. You know, the chatter when a player has a little bit of a slump. But I guess he proved a lot of people wrong. 1-0. 2 third places in a row recently in big tournaments. You want to harass, of course, with the DK, and we have seen in the B Cup lower bracket final how devastating 1-0 can be with a DK alone. Stealing the entire Expo camp away on Echo Owls against Happy. Got an entire level. From that, and Happy got 0 experience after that creep spot. Now, how effective can you be when 2 of the units here are magic immune? 1 is already dead. Acolyte scouted this before. It's time to do some damage. 1-0. First one already, first worker already dead. Last hit is impossible here against the golem. Item is more HP and always a risk of being surrounded here with good body blocks. Can't really get, oh, gets it now. Okay, solid harass. No kills though, except that 1 worker. For a fast level 2, this is risky by FORTI, right? It's not the regular creep route. In other matchups, it is. Oh, look at FORTI, not even denying just yet. There it is. But the tech by 1-2-0 is rolling and the pressure is solid. You'll have to use the town portal. No? He should be blocked here, no? Must be. No way. How is that DK doing so much damage to the Archmage? Who plays it better? Oh, 1-0 gets the Archmage kill at the TP. What was that? This is never allowed to happen. Footman Militia should deal with that DK easily.
Players' forces are under attack.
But they didn't. Question is, this could definitely be on purpose though, like to a degree. DK needs a lot of time to heal. Has no mana. Archmage is back from the tavern as he was level 2. Ooh, quite a disaster. FORTI, he is also on top of that supply blocked. He is also on top of that on tier 1. And he didn't even start to creep the Expo. This is a nightmare game for Fortitude.
Players' forces are under attack.
But never underestimate the comeback potential. What the hell was that? Feels like FORTI lost control there for a second. Everything was a bit suboptimal, I want to say. And tier 2 is around the corner. The fiends are coming in. You can start creeping now or harass, whatever you want. FORTI sharking around with level 3. Usually that is his play, right? Now, with level 3, go onto bases, cause trouble, use your footman. But with the 2 fiends out and the DK, I feel like you are kind of forced to stay behind.
A player's forces are under attack.
Very good skeletal usage here. Very good delay. Always on the workers. And this is such a big delay. I think any lesser human than Fortitude could tap out here. It maybe would have tapped out here. And similar to the match against Happy on Echo Owls, 1-0 shows the world again how much damage he can do with just a DK. And why he's probably the only one that can make Ted Fiends work. Lich out, somewhat of a counter to Footman as long as you have Nova. But hey, apparently Chet still believes in a FORTI comeback. to a degree at least. But 120 is 90 seconds away from tier 3, while Fortitude didn't even start tier 2. These footmen have to do some heavy lifting. I hope they went to the gold gym. Or whatever the nowadays equivalent is. This shouldn't be scary, really. Oh, statue? Bit unnecessary, it feels like. But if that was the big footman invest and the big footy disruption, I'm not too sure if that was enough. He's still tier 1. We are 7 minutes and 40 seconds into this game and we have no technology at all. Trying to go into towers now. I guess it's the only thing we can do against destroyers, eh? Destroyers are a minute away.
A player's forces are under attack.
Couple of kills were quite nice. So income is lower, and since it's such a timing based strategy, this will throw 120 back a bit. But I mean, does it really matter?
A player's forces are under attack.
This is annoying. This costs time. And it is an opportunity for FORTI to do this again. FORTI still has an Archmage. FORTI still has Footman. And FORTI is jumping into the base. And whenever you call 120 back, that's a win for you. For your expo to pay off, for your tech to finally unfold. Question is 120 falling for this? We can thankfully go to Wonder Brown. As the game is still up, we might see the final push. As we have a pit lord. So what's the situation for FORTI? He's on tier 3 already. He got the blizzard transition, very infy like. But we don't have gyros up just yet. We have a big rate of fire. We got destroyers in the air. I'd be very surprised if FORTI survives it. But the supply is somewhat even. Pit lord, good control. No rain of fire at the moment. Destroyers being taken care of. Archmage level 4. Fortitude is not breaking this base. 120, of course. 120 is not breaking that base. How long can he hold here with knights and 3 heroes? We got 5 gyros. I think the time for destroyers is over. This is almost a miracle. We got the transition to abominations as well. It's of course a little bit of a weird state right now because we missed the entire mid game. We don't know what's up. Lich is a beast looking at this inventory. DK has 2 more coils more or less. FORTI is throwing everything into the defense, losing more and more and more economy. But that is just 120 evening out the economy. Also at 51. I really like this Blizzard setup. I always loved it. Infi played it or plays it for 10 years or kind of displayed it first 10 years ago. And if the Archmage is in a safe position and got a level 2 Blizzard, you can hold a lot. And in straight up fighting, like Knights destroy Fiends, they rip them apart. Militia surround against the A-bomb. FORTI could still do a 2-0 here. He's getting better and better. He's getting more and more stable. It's a couple of peasants falling. But that's about it. Hero levels are bad, though. Bad, 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 bad. And maybe with that we can brute force through. Shredder safe on 1 HP. Noise. If this Expo falls, 1-0 can play a more or less regular game. Rain of Fire might be key to that. But there's always a little bit of repair. He forces them back, isn't he? More militia. He got that Lich soon. Do we have mana? Oh, Stumble on the Fiend. Alright, that's about it. But if you can't attack the Expo, FORTI still holds on to the win condition. It's another militia surround. That's number 2. Finally gets a knight, but it feels like it's taken forever. Mountain King, careful. Do we have a staff? We do. Absolutely last second there. So he can continue to level at least a little bit. Hero focus. Pure hero focus by 1-0. What a tug of war this is. Still towers up. Statues are running out of mana in a bit. But yeah, it feels like it's the levels, man. It feels like he doesn't have the levels. Did he... Was it... What's up with the music? For me, it's totally fine. Intense? It's loud. What the hell? Okay. This is odd. Oh, block. Block. Can't get it. If 1-0 loses a hero, it's over. But the Expo is done. So we're in one base. Tier 3, tier 3. I wonder if 1-0 falls back now. But then he gives FORTI the time to level. I guess he's trying to finish him now. The knights are a big problem. Solid Fiend micro, but not the greatest just there. But FORTI is also supply blocked. Needs farms. Trying to get Sundering Blades. Huh. Can you play this one base on even food? I think that's just too high level, isn't it? Well, maybe the humans somehow find a way. 3 kills for free? Is that the last ones? Oh, he only has 2 gyros remaining now. Close to 5-3-3 as well. So you can just go destroyers again now. And kill the knights. I think it's... FORTI needs a little bit of a miracle, eh? Otherwise we get game 3. So what can we do? Expand again, really? That's like 500 gold right now. He stays in no upkeep. Signaling that he thinks that 1-0 can't break this. But I'm not too sure, buddy. Oh, the ghoul is there. I love that. FORTI has to deal with that at some point. Archmage pretty much for 5 minutes straight the sole line of defense. I really think he's not high enough on gyros. 1-0 also supply blocked. Currently at 60. Can't morph. Yeah. Destroyers back up in the air. 2 gyros should be easy to take out. Especially if you have a player with the Fiend control as godlike as 1-0's is. And then you don't need Banshees. You can just brute force it with the Slaughterhouse units. We're waiting for Nova, aren't we? I really like that Lich 2-1-1 build. Frost Armor 1, Dark Ritual 1. And then, well, if you can't break the base, maybe go for the Expo. It should be an easy target. I'm surprised the Ghoul didn't do more. Or that 1-0 didn't pull a second Ghoul to make this work. Wow. 10,000 damage already on the Pit Lord. And that's a Rain of Fire Pit Lord, not really a Cleave Pit Lord. But yeah, that's it, everybody. 1-1, 1-2-0. With the 10 feats, everybody. Brings it back. A strategy that many say it's impossible. But then sometimes it can be that one maps are worth more than direct comparison. And I don't know. You never know. What we know is that it's a kind of rare mercenary camp creep. So the altar position was a little bit of a fake, indicating that he goes north, which he didn't. Goes south straight away. 1-2-0 goes Expo as fast as possible, trying to get that narrow power up as fast as possible. An Archmage with the Ring of Regeneration. That's pretty sweet if you want to roam around and cancel buildings. Now what?
A player's forces are under attack.
Scouting everywhere. 4 farms. That confirms an expansion at some point. But it's a Lich contesting this spot at the left-hand side. At least should. He's not engaging from the right-hand side. He's reaching from the top. So, do you want to spam Nova already? Absolutely want to unlock Dark Ritual. For more mana if you keep it on cooldown. Lots of time for 1-2-0's Expo. Was also a somewhat greedy one. Not waiting till the Narrow is finished. And FORTI sends everything back without creeping. No level 3, not even close. We gotta say this is FORTI's map pick. If FORTI wins back-to-back games against 1-2-0 and Lin, he's gonna be in the grand final again against 1-2-0. Otherwise, we get another edition of Life versus 1-2-0, which we've seen like 5 times in the past 5 days. But it's always an amazing match, isn't it?
A player's forces are under attack.
Expo's up. And an uncancelled undead expansion is rare and should put 1-2-0 far ahead. But FORTI is a magician with Footman. You never know what he comes up with, but so far this is more or less a flawless game. Can't help but think that this mercenary camp creep didn't do him any favors whatsoever. I mean, now he gets the Shadow Priest and the Berserker for additional damage output and a line of defense, so to speak. And he got a fast level 3 in comparison to that Lich. So definitely possibilities to cause trouble for Fortitude. If he plays his Footman well, if he plays his Water Elementals well. Oh, sends the free back in for now. Where is he laying fires? Gives up on the defense. Crept is with Militia only, by the way. But 1-2-0 made the right call. With the Lich aggression, with an early Expo. It's the tower up now, Ghoul saved. This surely is a 1-2-0 that plays a lot different than on game 1. Here comes the big piercing damage though. Double Water Elemental Berserker. Lich has to stop this. That's pretty much the only source of damage. Ooh, big Shadow Priest loss, unfortunately. Bit careless there. So how expensive can you make it? I don't think there's any expenses on this Expo at all. No additional Acolyte, no additional tower, just a bit of fortification here. Rock solid 1-2-0. We got a tech that's like 90 seconds faster than on Tidehunters, so I guess that's fine. Solid deny.
Player's forces are under attack.
is that fast tech gonna help him? Biggest miss on map 2 was levels. I think the defenses were freaking great, but there was also 1-0 on one base, right? So it's a whole different game. 1-0 will not be under pressure the entire game. Won't hear the clock ticking. He can creep. He can wait for tier 3.
Players' forces are under attack.
Boots now heal scrolls as well. If 1-0 wins, will they even play the last game? Yep. I mean, if you come up with the competition, you got FORTI versus Lin as one of the games. You want to bring that to your viewers. Otherwise, that's robbery, right? And results in the group stage matter for prize money as well. Nice and nice across. Never giving the Archmage much. He's not rushing to level 4 whatsoever. But the ghoul kills are nice. The ghoul kills are really nice. It won't lead to like lumber shortage because undead. It's good XP. 3.5 at least. Still a long way to go for level 4. But 40 man, the denies are looking good. It's all a bit crisper than it was on Tide Hunters, I feel, even though we missed like half the mid game. Very, very, very rich 40. Mountain King coming, tech coming, lumber, gold, balance looks good. And then it looks like another night gyro game, huh?
A player's forces are under attack.
One to 0 is far ahead in tech though. Fiends not taken out so smoothly as there were on game 1. Tech timing so far dominate this series. 1-0 super far behind in game 1. Then Fortitude super far behind in game 2. Now it's the most even we have seen. But still, that destroyer push will hurt. I'm curious if 40 feels forced into towers. Not really, right?
A player's
No.
forces are under attack.
He thinks the gyros can still salvage this. It's of course a perfect setup for stat use, if not for this Mountain King. Oh, that cannot happen! Skeletons surround. I mean, Mountain King is sturdy. Would love to see the Ring of Reacham on him now. He can't break free out of skeletons. What a snap surround. What a glorious snap surround by 1-0. But it should be relatively simple to get out of there. And with that Mountain King benched at the arrival of tier 2. Ooh, that's bad. This is a lot of momentum gone. Not just because of the presence, but also because if you're dead, you can't level. And 1-0 is brewing up a gnarly push. Mana pot, double levels. Reinforcements coming, frenzy, ready, destroyers as well. Oh, 40, you need a miracle. You have created lots of miracles, especially defensively. But it's just not coming together, is it? How many we got 3 gyros only? Oh boy, 3 destroyers. That's not a one-on-one fight you want to take. Dark Ranger out as well with Black Arrow. Gyros fly straight into Fiends. No chance here. There's no anti-air. 40. He had to win back-to-back games to reach the final. But this is not looking like that. It looks like 1-0 is dominating the group stage. again with 3-0. And this is just a slaughter. Just a slaughter. Man, the game looked so dominant on Northern Isles. There was zero chance for 1-2-0, and everything after was the big 1-2-0 show. Switching it up, Tench Fiends push, working beautifully. Archmage lost on map 2, and here just exchanges that he couldn't follow up with, really. It was a pretty flawed game.